How's it going, everyone? Chris here with the obligatory Black Ops 2 first impressions video. So unlike just about every other YouTuber, I didn't get the game early, so my first impressions are from the official launch day. I popped in the disc when I got the game about 11ish this morning, and I've clocked in about 4 hours actual game time so far and made it to about rank 26. I made sure I didn't watch any first impressions videos on YouTube from anyone else because I wanted to play it myself and go in with kind of like an open mind. So with my first impressions, I guess I'll start with the things I like about the game. Number one, it seems superbly designed, and by that I mean all these new features seem to fit right in. A kind of previous example is the Specialist Strike package from Modern Warfare 3. That kind of just worked, whereas the Support Strike package kind of give you that like meh feeling where it sounded like a good idea, but you knew immediately when you played the game that something wasn't quite right. With Black Ops 2, the new Pick 10 system is great, the weapon attachments and the perks make perfect sense, and the score streak idea is kind of like how it should have been all along. The visuals are really nice with vibrant colours and there's some nice tech interfaces from that futuristic theme. Graphics are always described as one of the drawbacks to Call of Duty games, but the graphics in Black Ops 2 definitely seem to be the best out of the lot. One of the main gripes with Black Ops 1 was all the maps were all bland and grey, with the exception of like Nuketown and Firing Range. In Black Ops 2 there's a nice selection of map themes, all of which have nice lighting and plenty of colour. And talking of maps, they all seem pretty good so far. They're all quite medium in size and there's various indoor and outdoor areas. It's funny how Treyarch maps all have more verticality with like two-story buildings and windows that overlook areas, whereas if you think back to levels from Modern Warfare 3, it's hard to just think of one second-story building with a window that overlooked somewhere. They were all pretty flat and just at ground level. The audio is great and there's some nice epic explosion sounds in Black Ops 2. There's also much more depth to the footstep sounds, which was always something I liked from Black Ops 1. It does seem to be a little harder to hear people coming in your headset, but that just might make the sitrep perk, or whatever its name is now, it might make that perk more worthwhile. Weapon unlocks seem to hit a serious dry spell once you reach the higher teens to early 20s in rank, so it's difficult to kind of comment on weapon balance and stuff like that yet. SMG seems to be much more popular though than in Black Ops 1, all of which have large mag sizes and they all seem to have super fast fire rates. The weapons definitely feel more like Modern Warfare weapons with their fire rates, etc, but it'll be interesting to see how they compare once the actual game stats are released. So I've got to say I do like every aspect of the game design, and there's probably all kinds of little things that I've not mentioned, but it's way easier to focus on the negatives than it is to reel off a list of positives. So onto my negatives, and the one major disappointment for me was something I experienced since the very first game, and that's the old Treyarch hit detection / lag compensation feeling that we got from Black Ops. I don't really want to call it that because those names have kind of lost their meaning with everyone throwing them around throughout Black Ops and in Modern Warfare 3, but as soon as I got into a lobby it felt exactly like Black Ops 1. And what I mean by that is the feeling like your bullets aren't hitting, and when you get shot around corners. Snipers in particular in Black Ops 2 seem to be equipped with heat-seeking bullets, and have been shot around corners plenty of times after ducking to cover. I've made sure I've got an open connection and I'm always on a 4-bar, but to every other gunfight I'll lose out after opening fire first, getting some hits out and then dropping down dead. I don't know whether it's the actual hit registration or just smaller hitboxes than in Infinity Ward games, but it's always as if some of your shots just don't count. All the Call of Duty games are supposedly based on the same engine, but I know Treyarch and Infinity Ward have their own versions, but it's strange how different they both feel. I love the innovation of Treyarch games, but it's just annoying when they don't play like Infinity Ward titles. I did experience some lag compensation in Modern Warfare 3, but in that game you just dropped down dead before you were able to react, whereas in Black Ops 2 it gives you enough time for you to think, yes, I've won this gunfight, or if you duck to cover and then think, phew, I'm safe now, before the game says, nah, I don't think so, and you drop down dead. It's a similar story with the weapons too. Modern Warfare 3 had some fast fire rate weapons like the PP90M1, and you could like feather the trigger and seem to get a hit marker for every bullet, whereas these high fire rate SMGs in Black Ops 2, it's like you have to spray for a while before the hits start registering. It's also the same with the likes of the G11 from Black Ops 1 and the Type 95 from Modern Warfare 3. I remember both have around 1,000 rounds per minute fire rate in a 3-round burst setup, but with the Type 95 you could easily one burst someone, but with the G11 you'd often only get one hit marker per burst. I've had so many of these moments in game where I just shout "come on" in disagreement to what the game tells me has just happened. Already in these few hours of playing so far, that it's kind of took a big dump on all the cool stuff and the novelty of it being an exciting new game. But other than these inconsistencies in gunfights, I think it's a really good game and it's definitely the best Call of Duty so far. I always said back in Black Ops that I wasn't too fussed about Ghost and Second Chance, that if it wasn't for that kind of this whole lag compensation hit detection thing, that it would have made taking down corner campers and not getting Treyarched by those second chances as they're actually falling into second chance, it wouldn't have made those things very prominent. And I reckon without those networking issues it would have been a perfect game. And I would have definitely continued playing it instead of moving on to Modern Warfare 3. I know Modern Warfare 3 was a step back in many areas, which is why a lot of people went back to Black Ops, but whenever I tried personally I just couldn't get on with my hits not registering and getting shot around corners, that it made Modern Warfare 3 the more preferable choice. So let me know down in the comments if you've been experiencing this too and what your general first impressions are of the game. I'll be cracking on with my class setup guide soon, starting with a beginner setup for players under level 20 or so. And if you want to see a preview of the new visuals I've put together for those guides, have a quick gander onto my Twitter or Facebook profiles. I uploaded a picture last night of my design so far. Actually, one other thing I wanted to mention is I don't think I'm going to be doing weapon guides for Black Ops 2. Instead, I'm looking to do like a weapon face-off series where I compare two similar weapons. I always end up talking about weapons that a gun is similar to in my old guides, so I might as well just make it part of the core video. With there being a bunch of bigger YouTubers who produce top-notch weapon guides like Xbox Ahoy and Drifter, it doesn't really leave much room for me. And I can't think of anyone else who does these weapon comparisons, but let me know if I've missed anyone out, or if there's anyone who's filled this niche. I'm also kind of hoping that no one steals my limelight with the class setup videos now this pick 10 system has become pretty popular. I'll be super annoyed if I end up with comments on my videos saying you copied this from so and so when I've been doing it since Black Ops 1. But anyway, that's about it for my first impressions for Black Ops 2. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you all later.